Hello.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Here we go again.
Here we go again. Yes. Yes. It'll be an all-day marathon.
I like it.
All right. So,
So welcome to the Bella Box.
yes, this is a really cute Bella box. It feels like it's been a long time because we completely missed. We bought it.
We bought it,
haven't
but we
stitched
were
that
not
one.
able to get that one stitched here
No,
or home.
I haven't done anything. I know. Yesterday I was like, which Bella box?
Yeah.
But here we are. This tote is so cute.
Yes.
We're gonna start with the big tote. We both thought this was more gray than avocado.
Well, there is a gray tote coming,
Coming.
so I think that I just automatically thought that was the one that was going in here. But
Yep.
this one, the actual name on it is artichoke.
Right.
But yeah, it's definitely green.
It's definitely green.
There's no question that this is
Yeah.
green. It's not gray.
No.
So,
it's really cute.
but it's very cute.
And
But
it's a good size bag.
It is. It is definitely large, but it doesn't look like the picture by any stretch.
No.
It's very, very green
Yes.
comparative to the picture.
It's probably the brown paneling behind it, as we
That's
know
possible,
how.
but that's definitely green.
Yeah, that is
Um,
definitely green.
There's no question about that. So we both have our boxes here, and I got like all of my fabric prep starched and everything. I didn't get everything fused yesterday, and I pressed out my bag, and then got busy doing other things. And what did you find this morning?
I found your bag is pretty skewed.
It's like way.
Yeah. So we both have Bella boxes. My bag is practically perfect. I mean, it's very square and very straight. And poor Lisa, your handles.
My handles don't even come close to matching.
No.
And the tops don't line up. The edges don't line up at all. So we're going to be sewing on Sarah's today because it's
and it's. I mean, sometimes you think it's a little off. You can just kind of fudge it.
Just fudge a little bit, but I'm not sure that without taking everything apart and moving it, there's any fixing.
No.
Mine. So it's pretty rough, but which we know. I mean, blanks can be skewed for sure, but so we'll be.
We'll probably have to contact.
I'm gonna send some pictures in, and we'll keep you guys updated on what kind of response comes out of that. So,
yeah, but it happens.
It does, unfortunately, but they've always been really good about taking care of things. So we will keep you guys up to date as to how things are.
Connie hasn't opened her Bella box yet because she promised herself that she would finish
another project.
Sometimes saying that you're going to finish something else before you start something else is the incentive to do it. For sure. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We're super excited about doing this.
It's nice that we're able to do this for you guys, but it's also super nice for us too. So it's a double-sided blessing.
Oh, good morning, Mom.
So
you might be bored watching this one.
So today, there's not a whole lot of teaching aspects for today. We've got a whole lot of changing thread colors that will be happening today. When we get to the leather, we'll talk a little bit about, it is a little different when you're stitching on the leather when we get to the gift tag, but the bag is going to be mostly, getting it in the hoop correctly. Once we've done that, it's going to be changing thread. So the stitch time alone without changing thread is 50 minutes for the tote. So we are going to be doing the sewing decor, not the bread and other shopping, because when we shop, it's generally here. So or someplace like this.
All right. So I put a fresh bobbin in for us to start with.
I see that.
And we're loaded with white. Is white good? Will that allow you to see?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, that's great.
All right.
So
you're going to score the paper.
I am going to attempt to score the paper. We have an 8x12 hoop. If you want to switch to, and I'm going to.
Let's switch. There we go.
So that's for later. So this is a sticky wash away, And I have my 6-inch double curves. I got them upside down, and I'm just going to try not to push through, which is why I was trying to get this kind of flat. So I want to score my top paper, but of course I don't want to go through that bottom. Um, and then I have to somehow get a hold of that paper with my nails. There we go. And then that scoring gives me the ability to get that paper up, and looks like I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. A little bit better over there. So this is, again, going to be a wash away, so we won't have left over in the hoop once we are finished stitching.
And I've loaded the centering design, which is basically the big crosshair, and then I loaded the design on top of it. And the design did load on the machine here, so that the top of it would be facing towards like the bed of the machine, and the bottom of the design is sort of up against the embroidery arm. So we do want to pay attention when we are putting our design and our bag in the hoop that we are making sure that we have the top at the top.
Yep, no upside down stitching. Yes, we don't want that. So back at the machine, we've got again the 8x12 hoop, a sticky wash away, and we're going to just stitch that crosshair. And
then do you want to talk about what we did for the bag?
Absolutely. So again, we pressed out all of the folds that were in our blank so that we have a nice smooth space. And then the first thing that we did was line up the sides and the handles, which is where
we
realized how off mine was. And so like on mine, the handles are literally like off. They're not even close. So when we do that, we're talking bottom up to the top. So you're going to take each of these lines and put them together, and then give that a press so that you've got that. And then that's your center fold. And then we're going to do the
and
long way.
We do it exactly like I have it in there. We're going to be stitching on the inside of my bag. When you open that up, it's going to be on the inside.
No,
it's not. Okay.
No.
I was like, did I do it backwards?
No, you're good. I'm like,
it's the outside. Okay.
Why are we going to do that?
Yep.
No, we're not.
So make sure that you're paying attention.
Okay, yes. So you want to, have the right sides together and the wrong side. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I thought I had it backwards.
No, you're good. You're absolutely good. So again, then you're going to do the long ways. So lengthways, right sides together, and match up those. And then once you have that, you are going to measure.
You're not measuring.
No, you're not.
You just folded the top down to the center. Yep.
That's what that first line was. I was reading. See, I didn't read that far.
That's all right. I was looking for a measurement too.
Usually it's like a 6-inch or an 8-inch or something or other. So the original press line from the bag in half is where you are taking the top down to, and that's where that's going to go. And then that is this fold here. And that is what we're going to put in that crosshair. So depending upon whether you are on the right or the left side is going to depend on where you are going to place that in. Oh, thank God we're not going to have to put this in and out.
Right.
All right. So we have a just going to snag your leather here for just a second.
So I can see that. Yeah.
So maybe.
Yeah, there's a lot of glare there.
Is that any better?
No. There is a centering crosshair there.
So here's the line. Sorry, I was trying to make it so you guys could see that, but it's really glaring really poorly. And since I have our raw edges on the left, I'm going to put it on the bottom left corner. If your raw edges are on the right, you'll do the other corner. So whichever side you have your edges on, that's where you're going to want to place this. And I am going to get that fold right in that placement line. So I want each side of that fold right on the line. And then I want to press that into my stickies so that it's not going to shift around. And once I have that, I'm going to open up the first fold, which will be going up and down. And again, I want that to align with that stitched line and press that into the sticky of the stabilizer. And then we're going to open.
We did something wrong.
Yep, we sure did.
Yeah.
So I need it in that corner.
You need it in that corner. Yep.
So we're going to have to turn it one more time because I want the excess of my apron to go over the handle, the attachment handle.
It's not an apron.
That's not an apron, but it looks like one from
It
where I'm sitting.
We should start over.
Good morning, everybody. Today is Wednesday. Welcome to Bella Box.
It's Wacky Wednesday.
All right. So this is the way that I want to load my bag. Let's try that again.
There you go.
So here's my handle, and I want all of my excess coming towards up and over because that's the direction that the design is in my hoop.
Yes.
So I apologize. See, sometimes we have to do this more than once too. So remember when we said make sure that you put it in the right way? This is why. So we're going to do that all over again. I'm just going to go for this bottom left corner now that I've turned my hoop. So here we go again. Same thing. All righty. I've not done that before. Everybody okay? Son of a gun. I got it.
You did. Good catch.
Sorry if I made anyone nauseous there. I just bumped the camera, obviously. And it went fine. How many years in before we did that? I don't think that's bad. I don't think that's too bad of I've had one slide off the table before, but I've not been the cause of that before. All right. I'm literally reaching around a pole, so I'm surprised I haven't done that before. But all right. Now we're going to repeat and open that up. There we go. That's the right direction. And so the top of my bag is going to be going into the throat of my machine.
There we go.
My handle has all of the excess of the tote. Now I am ready to stitch. So we're going to go back over here.
Yep.
Now it looks like it's supposed to. So the first stitch that we have happening here is going to be the outline of the letters. This is not an applique. This is literally just an outline of the letters. These colors, they do give you recommendations of, but you can, of course, do whatever you would like. Just gonna fold that up just a hair so it's not.
Doesn't knock the other camera off?
Yeah, I don't want to do two in one day. I mean, we'll save it for another day.
There we go.
All right. Make sure that none of your handles are underneath the hoop.
Yep,
And you're all set and ready to go. Once you are back at the machine, make sure that your bag is laying nice and flat and you're ready to go.
We are.
So,
we have some white.
maybe a little messy.
Thanks, Mom. All right, so white.
I think white will look really nice. I'm glad I got that.
Me too.
Would have made for an interesting morning. I broke the camera first thing.
Yes.
There's a fuzzy. Fuzzy wuzzy was in the way and doesn't want to come off to play. Okay, there you go. That's an interesting
Yeah, they cut the stitches out underneath the applique pieces, which kind of seems unnecessary.
A little bit.
But we didn't design it. We're just the stitchers. Yes, it is.
So here's the bad thing is this won't help us at all.
No, only with the placement.
Yep. So if you have looked through your instruction book, there is no color stop listing for the sewing themed design being stitched inside your lettering here. So we have a bunch of spools laid out in front of us. We've got more behind us. But we'll be deciding on the fly what color we're going to thread. So because there's no chart for us to follow. So we're going to just have some fun with that. And
You're chartless.
it's just going to be a day of fun, I guess. There's some.
There we go. We're winging it. That's
We
our
are
favorite way to do it.
totally winging it. I mean, I guess I can try to write down what colors we do if we
in case somebody wants to know.
Somebody wants to know. This is
White.
15?
Yes.
All right. I will try to write down the colors that we use. If anybody wants to know what we've been doing, I will write that down as we put them in. So, well, this has been a great start today. Could you reach that Mountain Dew? I think I need some.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my goodness.
Here you go.
Wow, that was bad.
So I had the strangest dream last night.
Mm.
So in my dream, I'm like at my old house, the one in Wayne, and I hear this chirping noise, and I go up the stairs, and my old cat Felix and Misty are there, and Misty is bringing me a bird, and she is all plump and happy and just super chipper. And then I woke up.
Misty or the bird?
The bird was perfectly fine. It was like she was gifting me the bird. It was the stupid red bird.
Oh no.
Unfortunately, the red bird was still outside.
Oh, goodness gracious.
So yeah, it was pretty funny. I think I went to bed thinking about.
Yep.
Yeah. But
I think that's probably what happened.
Yep. Yep. The red cardinal is still
being annoying.
Yeah, there's 2 of them now. I think maybe it's his son.
We have so I think I told you that Jeff keeps putting bird feeders.
Yes.
So we have 2 churches
Mhm.
that hang on the tree right out the front window of
Yeah.
the house. And he fills them up. And I think we're probably going to be poor for all of the animals that we are now feeding because the birds and they spin because
Right.
we basically live in the middle of a field. So
Right.
the wind is just astronomical. Plus with all of the animals that are on it.
Right.
So we have some blue jays that we see. We've got a couple cardinals. We've got male and female. So we've got some really pretty birds that we can see out there.
Yeah.
They don't come hit the windows, which is nice because
Lucky for you.
have you tried a bird feeder to get them away from it? I'm just kidding.
I have.
I know you have.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
It's funny. If I had known this was going to happen, I would have bought. So our windows only have screens on the bottom half. If we had known that this was going to be a thing, we would have bought full screen ones. At least then he would have had like a spring outside.
Right.
But he probably wouldn't have done it then because he wouldn't see
the reflection quite so clearly.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so we have a woodpecker that comes to church. The funny thing is he literally hangs off the bottom.
Yeah.
So you see him like vertically, and then his head goes to eat. And it is the funniest thing. So Jeff actually got a really good picture of the woodpecker. And it is the funniest thing. He's literally so, here's the bottom of the birdhouse, which is shaped like a church, and it's got this like porch type thing all the way. And so the bird seed comes down.
Yeah.
The bird seed is also all around the bottom of the tree.
Sure.
So we're feeding. We've got bunnies, we've got squirrels, you name it. They're all over the place. And it was for a while we could open the door and the squirrels would run away or the bunnies would have. No, they don't care anymore.
Yeah.
They know there's food there and they're there to stay.
You're safe.
They're not going anywhere.
Safe.
Yes. But so this it literally clamps his feet and then he comes up and over the side and grabs food and then hangs down underneath. It is the funniest thing to watch. It's just like, what are you doing? But it's entertainment.
Yeah.
And poor Ollie.
Does it make you crazy?
He stares out that window like,
yeah.
If I could get out there, you'd be mine. But yes.
Yeah, the cats, they enjoy watching the birds in the bird feeder. They do not enjoy the bird taunting them from the window.
Yeah, so I have considered buying those like Bluetooth video ones for him.
Yeah.
There's one that supposedly will tell your phone what type of bird it is as well. So it takes a picture and then scans and whatever and tells you what the breed of bird it is. But all right, can I just say this is not a one? How many minutes does that say? 5. I don't even know if this is a 5-minute stitch. If I was designing this, I would have just made the letters.
Right.
I wouldn't have started and stopped where all of the things are at.
Me either. They didn't ask us again. When are they going to start asking?
I don't know. Everybody should ask us.
Oh, good morning, Shannon.
So this
will probably be much more exciting to watch later when you can watch us faster.
I don't know. You never know when you're going to do something stupid or funny. So you just need to be prepared.
It's true. Day's early.
This day is young. So do we have any idea what's next?
Nope.
That appears to be brownie green. I'm going to go with
the leaves, maybe?
The leaves. So I'm going to go, that's probably what you want.
Okay.
And it's 7 minutes, so that makes sense.
Bless you.
Excuse me and thank you. I tried to cover the mic so that wasn't incredibly loud in anybody's ear, but I don't know if it worked or not.
Only one more
letter. So every letter has leaves in it.
Yeah, we are nearing the finish line of the first color.
Does every letter have leaves? Yes, it does. Every letter has leaves in it here as well.
I see that.
So that is weird. Their color matches a little bit more. Are you happy with that color?
I'm fine with this. Yeah.
I mean, there's more greens. There's a lot of greens. Okay. So what color do you have?
I have color number ES240.
240. This is a little bit darker than the bag. So, oh, that doesn't want to come out. We will be stitching a little leaf spray in each of the letters here. This says that it's a 7-minute stitch. Color number 2 in the actual design. Well, it looks pretty on that. Good choice. So let's see. Went to Taco Bell again last night, or KFC Taco Bell in Sweden. Did I tell you what happened last time I went there?
Yeah, you wanted chicken tenders.
I wanted chicken nuggets.
Yes, and you got chicken tenders.
I got chicken tenders, and I'm like knocking on the door. I'm like, this isn't what I ordered. And they're like, oh, we didn't have what you ordered. I'm like, were you going to tell me?
No.
she's going to let me be surprised when I got home. They were like, oh, well, we gave you more than, you ordered 8 nuggets and you got 8 tenders. You got way more chicken than what you paid for. And I was like, but I didn't get what I paid for. They were like, yeah, I don't have those. I'm like, but I don't want these. They were like, but you have more food than what you paid for. I'm like, but I don't want these. So Caitlin texted all day yesterday about dinner.
Yes.
I thought I was going to maybe lose it, but I made it through. So I called her on my way home. I'm like, now we can talk about dinner. So we ended up deciding to go to, she wanted Mexican. I'm like, I can't do Mexican. I'm not there yet. It's not ready. And so we went, she got Taco Bell and I got KFC. So I'm like, I'd like to try your nuggets, please. I'm sorry, man, we don't have any of these. Connie, for what are you talking about? The colors that would be in for Oh So Delightful? So the questions, we add colors to our Stitching in Style thread set. So I did add a list for the quilt, the quilt piece of that. So like the largest piece, I did add for, what is that one called? So Happy, the So Happy quilt piece. They're all wall hangings, so saying wall hanging doesn't really help.
Bigger of the.
But the biggest piece I did add. I just put together the running on empty thread spools. I don't believe there was a new color added in there, but I've got to look and see if there's anything different. But I need to post that yet. But if that's not what you're talking about, let me know. But those are all on our website. Those are free downloads for anybody that's in the club. If you are new to us and you don't have a clue what we're talking about, Sarah and I have put together a kind of a Kimberbell,
like a Kimberbell Basics
thread pack, and we call it Stitching in Style with SNL. And it has 34 colors in the basic kit, and it's matching to fabrics that are Kimberbell fabrics. It's not a specific
on the basics line, yeah.
So it's not specific to a project; it's specific to fabric that's in the Kimberbell line. And so the nice thing about that is that you don't need to keep buying thread kit each time she comes out with a new project, because what we were doing is finding that there was 5 or 6 or 8 or whatever of the same colors, and then there was a few other random ones, but we tended to be repeating the same colors. So if we put together a thread kit for each different project, we were repeating the same colors and people were buying, they had 6 of, number fill in the blank because it was in every kit. So we decided to go this route. So you only had to buy this one, and then it would work for multiple patterns. And then if there are add-on colors, because new fabrics came out or because there was a color that was new in there, we added those colors to that as extra options. The wonderful thing about that is that you can refill that kit at a discounted price if you bought the essential starter pack.
Yep.
So that is available on our website. It is, again, called Stitching in Style, and we do have those in stock if you are not already in there. So it is $99 for the 34 spools, and then the refill price for those 34 plus any other colors that we pick to complete any of their projects. And again, we add those lists and post those. It's only $3.25 for any of the spools that you would add in to complete that. So either to refill or add, it is, thank you. I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, maybe put it under the, she's gonna hold it and then I'll stick it here.
So this is Stitching in Style with SNL. I know there's a lot of glare, and it shows you what all of the colors are. So this is laminated so that you can keep that somewhere, so you know, if you put them mixed into something else, you'll know which colors are actually still in there. But it has 34 spools. It comes in this bag, which you can keep them separate if you want. What I've done is I've got them in a box, and I actually just highlighted the top of all of the colors that are in there.
Our box is overfilling
My
now.
box is now overfilling, but I have them in a box that because I take it home and bring it back and take it home and bring it back. But it works really nicely so that we know what ones are in there. And I try to use that whenever possible. And then if there's a color that I just can't find in there, I'll pull a new color, but then we'll add it to the list. And it's available to purchase at the discounted price when we add it to that list. So when I make the store samples, I write down whatever colors are used. I publish the list, and then whatever colors are on that list are added into the discountable options for those that are in the club.
Yeah,
quote unquote.
And you don't have to be part of the club to get the list of numbers.
Nope, the lists and numbers are there. So if you're just wanting to, you know, what colors did they use for this,
right,
you can download the list and see all of that. It's free. They're out there, no problem.
You get a you get a list of colors with the notification, and then on your original paperwork that's in this, you have a special coupon code that you can use to purchase those specific schools at a discount. So when you go to check out,
right,
you use
that coupon code,
and that will give you that. And so how we do the notifications for the new ones is if you pre-purchased like the next Timberbell kit, or you bought the kit from us, then we would send out notification to everybody who bought the kit. Hey, we finished our sample. These are the new threads that we have added. Here's the list of threads we used. Here are the new colors that would be included if you purchased the SNL kit already. If you didn't purchase that kit, you would see that a new file has been uploaded and that we have, you know, new kits. So if you were adding to your collection,
you know, maybe we could add that like at the bottom of our newsletter. You know, like new, you know, headless links or something like that. We could maybe do that. That wouldn't be that big of a thing.
Right. So Shannon is asking, what is the thread? We use the dime.
This is Dime. Oh, wrong one.
Yeah.
This is Dime Exquisite thread, and this last one I could not find a dime thread that I liked for one thing. So there is one Floriani thread in there that it was. And again, I was teaching at home, so there might have been something had I been here that I could have found, but I couldn't find it at home. So there's one Floriani thread in the So Happy. So
yep. So that's what we typically do, and that's kind of how we typically handle that. All right. So yep, that is orange, and that looks like a button. There we go.
Do you like that?
That'll work. So this is ES466. If you have ever used Isacord thread, I have no confirmation of this, but if I had to wager a guess, I believe that Exquisite thread is probably made in the same factory that Isacord thread is. Of course, these colors are slightly different. Everybody's colors are slightly different in, you know, they use a different equation to get their color formulas, but the thread is very, very good quality, and it is really inexpensive as threads go.
You know, I mean, when I started into getting bigger machines, I bought Floriani, so that was pretty much everything that I had. So I still have a ton of Floriani in my drawers at home. But for the most part, unless I have a go-to color in Floriani that I'm using, I have almost exclusively switched to purchasing the Exquisite. The cost point is better. and the quality is just as good, if not better. I very rarely get shredding thread, and it's usually the needle. I mean, it's not generally got anything to do with the thread. It's something else going on. If
Yeah.
I had shredding thread, there's another reason for it. So
Yeah.
it's not, thread quality that's causing that.
Right.
So I've been very, very happy with it, which is why we started using it in thread kits and different things here at the shop. So when we do, a Kimberbell event, we always include thread so that you don't ever have to worry, especially when, we offer those as virtual. How do you know if you've got everything
Right, because
that you need at home?
yeah,
You could be in Texas and taking the event
right.
and, not knowing if you're going to have the color that you need. So we make sure that we include that. And the exquisite thread is what we use in those. So we've been very happy with the quality and sometimes the availability. We're not the only ones ordering it because they do run out of stock of some of those, unfortunately. So it looks like we're going to want that somewhere down here too. I don't see it there.
I would agree. Yeah.
I think we want to get rid of that. Leave that accessible. But yeah, so all of our original 34s have an orange highlighter colored on the top. So this is your tape measure
Yeah.
and whatnot. I don't know if you like those or not.
I think this will work. EX 1707.
I like that one.
It's kind of a silvery. It's a little bit darker. It will probably almost look white on here.
It's just got a little tone to it.
Yeah. All right.
It's this orange shows up beautifully on that.
It did, yeah.
I mean, I like orange okay, but it's not by any stretch one of my favorites. But this showed up really nice on here. Yeah.
Do you want me to warm you up?
That feels really good. This sweater that I have behind me is too much on.
Yeah.
But I'm not good.
Do you want your
No.
No.
This is
Do you want your blanket?
No, I'm just gonna wrap
Okay.
do one of these and it's like there's cold air
coming like between the things.
Yeah. Like, oh. Yeah, I think that this has been a really good solution. It's the thread set.
Yeah.
Is what I meant by that. If that didn't make sense to somebody. I think it's been a really good thing because you're not rebuying all the time.
Yeah.
You don't end up with 7 of the same spool.
Right. Right, because they use so many of the same fabrics over and over again. So, they use their basics in just about every quilt kit.
And even the ones that aren't their basics are still in the same color families.
Yeah.
They don't have the newest ones are different.
Yeah.
So the Oh So Delightful fabrics, which are vintage flora, definitely have a different color scheme than their others. So there were some new colors definitely in there that I had to use because what we had didn't really work with that. But that was the first time that there was like, oh, that looks like really bad. I really have to make a lot of adjustments. So
it's definitely easier for us too.
It is because then we're not constantly ordering and
yeah.
trying to store.
Right, we don't have 47
different thread kits
hanging up on the wall.
I think Jean likes it better too.
I think so too.
Yeah, he was asking me about those thread kits, and I was like, he's like, well, do you put those back in inventory? And I was like, of course we do. I was like, No, I just leave them in there.
He's
Really?
still getting used to the.
Really?
Yeah. By about, I don't know, middle of December, he'll be fluent in it, and then he'll leave
and we'll start all over again.
Yes.
You know how it takes a long time to train them, right?
Yes.
I wonder.
That was pretty funny yesterday, though, when he was doing that lesson, and he's like, "I really like doing this," and we were like, "Okay, that's great."
We all heard it. You're in for it now.
Oh. We're gonna run out of things to talk about.
Let's see. So we are planning our stabilizer events.
We are. Yes.
I am very excited. I'm having fun with those files. It's not something that I've tackled before, so
yeah,
it's
kind of outside of.
It is a little bit outside of the normal wheelhouse,
yeah.
and challenges are. I mean, they can be fun. They kind of hurt your head for a minute, but so I was pleasantly surprised when they pretty much worked, and then I laughed at myself for the stupid mistakes that I was like,
yeah,
what were you thinking when you did that?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, my batting is not a quarter inch inside my outside line. They were the same size.
I mean, you know,
I have all of the other, like the folded fabrics are all quarter inch.
Yeah.
But for some reason, it didn't dawn on me to move my batting in. I was like, did I show you the puppet thing that I saved? I think that was Monday. So, do you guys ever watch the reels? I mean, I know that's a thing, but that's also a kind of generational thing.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. So I don't think I sent this to you. This is absolutely hilarious. So slightly quieter demeanor first, so we don't spook the end. So this was originally on TikTok, and it got posted or forwarded or shared or whatever into Facebook. And so there's a ventriloquist that has a bird puppet, and he's a nervous bird, and he's evidently a bird of prey. So he gets the audience to say hello to the bird, and then he teaches the audience treats, which of course everybody laughs at because So he tells everybody he's a bird of prey, and then the bird starts praying, which he goes, "I'm Jewish," so there's that joke, and so then he starts talking about how a lot of trainers use hypnotism, and so he's doing this, and the birds following, right? And he's like, so when we tell them to sit, they sit, and when we tell them to, speak, they speak. Oh, you missed it. Oh, and so he drops his necklace, and he goes, "Oh crap!" And the bird craps. It's a puppet.
This is on America's Got Talent.
America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
But it's so cute. I mean, it was just darling. That one's pretty funny too. You'll have to watch that one later. So when I find something that is funny like that, I save it and I'll show the kids at lunch because
right, they don't
Facebook. Watch the same things that we do.
Right.
So, anyways, it was just I couldn't stop. Like I wasn't expecting that, which of course is the whole point.
Yes,
because it was a puppet.
Right.
Why would it poop?
Right.
So it is coming out really nice, isn't it? It's just really pretty. They so I kind of see where they start. They don't go into the designs. They're going around the designs. So I see where the start and stops make a little bit more sense instead of it being leading in. They aren't
right on top.
on top of those designs. Yeah. So it does look very nice. I have to say, I thought this looked a lot longer, and I was like, is it going to go outside of that?
Yeah.
But it
No,
doesn't.
it doesn't.
What do we? Oh, we have a spool of thread, so we're doing the spool caps.
And then like take maybe the tip of the safety pin. No.
That's a spool cap, and then
Yeah.
what do we have over here? Oh, another spool cap.
Yeah, the bottom of the spool cap.
Okay,
The bottom of the spool cap. The bottom of the spool.
spool end.
Spool end. Yes.
We'll go with that. All right. So next we have something that's going to be one of those colors I changed. So that's probably that.
Maybe.
Pink, purple.
I think I want. We'll do purple.
There's that orchid or purple.
So many choices. So I think we'll do
the handle, the base of the.
that one or that one. Do you think that one's better?
I like the orchid better.
Yeah,
Personally.
do that.
All right. So we are going to change thread,
And we're going to go to 1323.
which somehow I know is called orchid.
All right. So now we have thread, then the bottom of our pin cushion, and then what looks to be like our rotary cutter.
The handle.
The handle. Yep.
It's 30,000 stitches.
There's a lot of stitches, especially for sticky wash away.
That's what I'm wondering if we are going to need any boost at any point.
I mean, this is pretty.
It is spread out too, so it's not all in one spot.
Big spot, yeah.
And these lettering will keep it.
Right. Everything so far is doing okay.
Yep.
We might need to make sure we don't have any residue on our needle.
Yeah.
Sticky wash away can sometimes leave a little residue on your needle. If you have those little alcohol white pads are really great to have in your sewing arsenal stuff maybe near your machine because you can wipe away any residue that might end up on your needle. That's one reason why you might get some shredding.
Yep. So we were discussing the number of stitches and the amount of stabilizer that's in here. So we're keeping an eye on it. So far, everything looks really good. Hopefully it will stay that way. So that was tiny.
Yeah. That's like the tip of the thread.
It is. We'll have to remember when it goes back to that because
we probably want it to be the same color.
Might want it to be the same color later on.
That's yellow.
Interesting.
Yeah. You guys okay over there? You look like you're in deep conversations.
She's gonna eat up cookies.
I had a cookie for breakfast. It was pretty good.
I should eat a cookie.
You should have a cookie.
I should have a cookie. Thank you. Got another cookie?
No, I'm good. One is good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, they're pretty good. They're chocolate chip, but there's like it's not quite as sweet, but they have a really unique.
There's coffee in them.
There's coffee in them. Yeah. Do you hate it?
The cocoa is in the dark. It's dark chip. In the coffee, it's coffee. It's definitely coffee.
Do you not like it? Because you're not a coffee fan.
No, they're good. My molasses cookies are made with a whole bunch of coffee. They're very good. But I will say I can't taste the coffee in my molasses cookies, but I can taste it in this. It's still good though. She's like, you can smell it. Just smell it. I'm like, I'm smelling it. I was like smelling hugs and cookies. I'm like, I feel a little weird for Tony.
Sniffing the cookies.
So we sold another of the Sweet Land of Liberty kits. So 2 of the 4 are gone.
Oh, that's good.
I told him to put a couple more on his list. I said, not at the top of the list, but the blue plaid came yesterday, so we were able to.
Monday. Mm-hmm. All right. So now it looks like another silver. You have something maybe a little darker. That's the thimble and the bobbin. Yeah, that one. All right. So we're gonna change to ES 1713. Here we go. Last. We're both trying to grab the spool.
It was
Well,
bound.
it was, and so it wasn't a complete disaster.
Nope. Yeah, when it fell last time, it hit the floor.
I know. I keep wondering if we should just get another one of these and stand it up because it would be so much less on the table.
Yeah, I reach around this a
I know
lot.
it's hard. Maybe that's what we should do.
This is a thimble.
Mm-hmm. And then it looks like we have the tip of a pin.
We got a bobbin coming up.
Yep.
Scissor blades. Some more pins. The
The
hook
tip
of
of
a
the
cedar
seam
bird.
river.
Cute.
It's very cute. I think I would actually carry this bag. Do you have shoes to match those?
Shopping bags don't count.
Okay.
Because the wallet that I have in there would match.
Okay.
No, it wouldn't. No, it'd be close call, right? So the right, that is a huge piece of chocolate. I don't think I can eat that big piece of chocolate.
No.
No. Do you want it?
No, thank you.
Okay. I can't do that. That's too much chocolate for me. What was that? 2 boxes ago when we had the purse with the velveteen and the.
Yes.
I have that a little bit. No, it was the original one. No, mine was black.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I leave that in my car
Mm-hmm.
because I don't bring a purse to work.
Right.
I just have my wallet
Right.
that I keep in my work bag.
Yeah.
And I'll do things after work often, and sometimes I need a purse. And so I will throw my wallet in that bag, and it kills me. Wearing brown, and that's black.
Now you need two in there.
Yeah, I need to have something else in there, but I don't change my wallet very often. So the one I had used almost, I only have a few that I like. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Is I'll try a new one, and it's never as good as the one that I had before.
Bless you.
Excuse me. But yeah, I'm fairly picky about the whole wallet thing.
I am not a big fan of a variety of wallets either.
Yeah, I've tried making oodles of different wallets, and I've never been able to make one that can beat out my favorite other wallets. I've got one Vera Bradley one that I've got two Vera Bradley ones that I really like, and I've got a couple of Coach ones that I really like that I just can't make anything that
like that
is better than those. Well, I could, but I don't seem to have the patience or the time. Haven't found an easy enough pattern to deal with, I guess. Let's go that route.
Yeah, my favorite wallet pattern and my favorite wallet is a complicated stitch. It is a couple of days project every time I attempt to make one. And it's been a while. I've been out of the bag game for a while.
The one that you use here pretty often, it's nice.
Yeah. The one that I use, it doesn't have, so that one is a zip around one. The one that I use doesn't have a zip around. It's got a big toggle at the front, but it's got two zipper pockets inside, which is nice. That one is my favorite. It kind of just sits in my hand nice.
It's funny how much that somehow makes a difference.
Right.
But yeah, somehow when I'm making a wallet, for it to have all of the parts and pieces that I want, it ends up being obnoxiously large.
Yeah.
Which I guess when they're factory made, they can, their machines,
right,
can swish better than I.
Yeah.
I just don't have that. And I do like leather, and I don't sew on leather. So I'm picky.
That's fair. You get to be picky about that.
I guess I'm a snob about a few things.
That's all right.
Yeah, I used to be a pretty big Coach snob.
That's fair.
Yep. I bought pretty much everything at the outlet, but I bought a lot at the outlet, including shoes. Shoes, purses, wallets.
Right.
Way too much. What do we got? Glasses would be helpful because that is a big old blur.
I think we have, it says dark blue.
It's this guy. So we got a spool, a button, and
the handle of
here.
the seam ripper color.
So I did give you some blues. Do you want blue?
Yeah, let's do dark blue. That'll be okay.
All righty.
So this is ES 5553.
5553. It's pretty much a navy blue. Not super, super dark, but it's pretty dark. It's not the almost black navy.
True.
But it's definitely navy. And we are about halfway through, guys.
They're waiting for us to do something silly.
Sure it won't be that long of a wait.
No, no, it will not.
Bound to happen. Like, go to catch that, hit my head on the arm,
Fall off the chair.
fall off the chair as the chair flips. I can see it happening in my head. Yeah, so our dinner last night, this thing that Caitlin ordered is supposed to have the nacho cheese and like their fries of some sort that you dip in the cheese.
Yeah, nacho fries.
Uh-huh. But I guess the last time she ordered it, they gave her chips. And so she was all ticked because when she got back to Grandma's house, there was chips in there, not fries. Guess what was in her box?
Chips.
Chips.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do you want to check it before we leave? Because,
Yeah.
She's like, no, it'll be fine. And we got home. And I hear her cursing in the kitchen. She was not happy. There was chips in her bag. I'm sure the chips were much better for her than the fries. So I was glad there was chips in the bag. But it looks nice. That blue is nice on this green. This is actually a nicer green now than I think it was before when it was plain green.
Yeah.
The stitching is really helping this bag,
stitching helps.
this color along.
Definitely.
Yeah. So I've been thinking about our stabilizer, and I do actually have some new stitches, some new things that I've stitched on since.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I did any clothing.
Yeah.
But I made that jean jacket, and I had done a couple things that I haven't had done any in a long time.
Yeah.
So actually have some new things I can bring in this year instead of
the same old,
same stuff.
Yeah.
But so yeah, we've got our stabilizer boot camp coming up on May 19th, virtual or in store on the 20th. And Sarah and I will be talking about all things stabilizer and what kinds we like, what kinds we don't like. And it's not a brand specific thing. It's a type of stabilizer thing, and what kind to use where, and the recipes that we like to use to get the best results. So that's is that outline? Really?
Yeah. Should I do black? Or the dark gray, maybe? Go back to the dark gray?
This gray here?
Yeah. So back to 1713.
So it looks like they're stitching on top of some of the lighter gray items. So we're going to put the 1713 back in and stitch there. So what's happening when you say it's snagging it? How often are you cleaning your mat? Huh.
Is that a little dimension?
Looks good. Pretty good. Yeah, pretty low. It's supposed to, percentage drop down to like 10%. Hopefully, it's not supposed to get very warm, but at least it's not supposed to dump on us today. So Joyce went and picked Caitlin up at the end of the driveway yesterday, so she wouldn't have to walk up the pouring rain and mud and
that was nice.
I thought that was nice. Our driveway gets pretty nasty and
oh, that looks good.
Oh, that does look good.
Yeah.
Good choice. I'm glad we didn't just do the same because that was going to be. I almost said let's just put the same color back in.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we didn't do that. I did not get that picture on the screen.
Yeah, it's really small.
All right, so we now have a bunch of little hearts everywhere, which they show on screen in lighter blue.
I think I'm gonna add
also the base of the sewing machine.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna add that pink.
All right. Imagine that. She's choosing pink, guys.
AS 305.
305. Oh. Oops.
Sure. Okay.
Oh, I'm right. It's like, how did I miss the number? But I didn't. Year 10 is my life. Everything okay, Kathy? So I'm not sure how clear it's coming over there, but that last color did, we did a little bit darker gray on the spool here, and then it did it a second color there. But more importantly, it did detail stitching, so like the inch and whatnot markings on the tape measure. So you definitely want to do two different colors on that. It's not easy to see on screen what that's going to stitch. So make sure that you do that different colors. The pink hearts are definitely you. That looks good. So yeah, that yellow I changed. It wasn't originally yellow. So of course, we could always do a start stop.
Yeah.
And get what we want out of it too. Carol DeRochers came in last night. Has had a ruptured eardrum, and she had just come from the ENT and had her ear vacuumed. I'm like, I can commiserate with you. Oh. She was like, oh, it was terrible. I'm sorry? No.
Material, and she thinks it's a blade.
Okay.
And she's looking at nuts and everything. And so
was it fused mat material or? Yeah. So sometimes the fuse is not well. So if the fabric is separated from the fusible versus the fusible separating from the mat. So a lot of times the fabric, if it's not got a good fuse, will split from the fusible. And it's shredding, but it's not, it's because it's not fused well. So it's not got a good fuse there. So that's where it's separating from. So that's a possibility. Suggesting a rotary cutter, because that the rotary blade is in there because there's no pressure on there. So good job, because that would be an easier fix than big picture of. It would take a slight, but not drastically, but there should be no pressure on the fabric because there's no drag on the blade. It just rolls over top of it. So, good job then. That's what I would have done too. But checking her fusible would be the only other thing. No, if she's going to switch to a rotary, she's probably. Oh, okay. Okay. Yep. All right. Yeah. Try to get that, but I don't seem to have the little snips here. So.
No. Oh.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. All right. Bye-bye.
Already left?
You looking for Kathy Willis?
Yeah.
3886 are the last four.
Yeah, 38368 or 368.
Maybe she called on a cell phone or something.
You want to pass it to me? I can see if I can see it. Oh, that's so cute. Oh my gosh.
Nope.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
that one.
that's it.
That's it. So just push a line. This is coming out so cute. The food and whatnot one is also very, very darling. But it's got like gardening type things, and I'm not by any stretch of the imagination a gardener or anything like that. But if you were gifting this, the other design is
all right. So we've
got a safety pin, we've got a blade here.
I think
so. The darker silver is the lighter silver.
What do you think?
I think that the lighter silver shows up a little brighter.
I think so too. Maybe I'll do this one.
So you haven't actually used that one yet.
So ES
101. I'm sorry. I was just going to go write it down and not do my job. I'm so sorry. So we are adding in a third grayish color. You wouldn't have to do that, just throwing that out there, but
all right. Hello from Texas.
Good morning. It is definitely more morning there than it is here.
Yeah, it's starting to become afternoon here.
Getting there. Not that you really know by the sun outside.
So I
miss the sun.
Well, we're actually
Getting cold again.
yeah. So
like sitting on my hands. My fingernails wouldn't tell you, but I haven't got my fingernail fixed this morning. Got Caitlin on the bus. Came back in, jumped right in the shower.
sounds good. Thank you.
They're all very different tones.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's a nice underfill on there.
Yeah. Actually, kind of wish we kept doing that.
Right.
That's a lot of underfill.
Interesting.
But at least it's going back to the circle.
It is. And it's laying nice and flat instead of pulling.
Yeah, nice.
That's a
underlay.
It's fun to watch how sometimes people digitize what they choose to do underneath. I like edge walk and then zigzag.
Simplicity is good.
Right. Those are like my two underlays that I pick a lot.
Of course, the last thing I really digitized, because I mean that's different,
Mm-hmm.
was the couching. No underlay. So
No underlay,
it
right,
was like,
right.
I don't know what I'm going to tell Ashley today.
Did you look at the design?
I did. It's all lowercase. I mean, outside.
Right.
That looks nice.
Mm-hmm.
That looks like a staff. What movie is that? What movie is that?
Oh God.
The Lord of the Rings, or
yeah.
you know what I'm talking about, right?
I do, right?
Okay. I was looking at that and I'm just kind of like,
Yeah.
the eye of blah blah.
Exactly.
Except it needs to be a little.
Yeah.
The blade needs to be squished a little bit, but that's what that looks like to me. Oh, the things we think of.
Gandalf, right?
Yes, yes, exactly. Yep, that's what I was thinking of. I need to pay Tony from yesterday.
Only 5 more color changes for this project.
Yeah, the next one has a couple too. All right, safety pin, check.
All right,
We've got scissor handles.
Yep, now I think we're gonna go to the teal. I think we're gonna do ES903.
Oh, that's a long
way
away. You said 903?
Yes.
Okay. It's definitely a Kimberbell color.
Mm-hmm. It's Kimberbell cute. I don't know, Kimberbell is growing up. It's not all just Kimberbell cute anymore.
It isn't. There's definitely some sophistication happening here and there.
James says, this is even more adorable when it is stitched out, isn't it? It's really cute. I Googled this last night because I'm like, did anybody else stitch it out? Did anybody have any weird things? I didn't see anybody who had stitched the bag yet.
No.
So I was like, well, if there's anything weird, I'm sure it'll happen to us.
Right? I mean, you know, cameras falling. Never know. That's for dang sure. No. Got another jump we got to trim there. It's a good color choice. Nice and bright and cheerful in there.
Scissor handles.
And I like the green not being the same color.
Yeah, me too.
So there is a color that is like exactly the same color as the bag. If you wanted it to just blend in, there is a color that blends really well. But I like the pop personally. I think it looks really, really sharp. Look at that underlay.
It's like swirlies.
That is. It's kind of like when you start looking at fabric for doing Laura Heine projects.
Yeah,
It's once you start doing a lot of digitizing, you start looking at things different.
exactly.
It's
Yes.
the same concept of, and then you're like, hey, why is that running stick showing? Or wait.
Yep. Mhm.
Where to go?
What are you looking for?
Green. I was just going to show
Mm.
if somebody wanted it.
I don't have it out here.
I thought I put it back. Oh, there it is. Right up against the edge. So if anybody thought they wanted their greens to, blend more than pop, this is literally, that light hit it and it looks really light, but it's not. It's literally like exactly the color of the bag. And that is 962. So if you were looking for a different look, it is a really pretty color. And it blends versus pops. So I like the purple and the teal. I mean, pink hearts are good, but maybe peach. Maybe go peach. I don't know if I'm gonna do pink.
Or red. Red would be pretty. Like reddish in there. Or a different shade of purple. Or the green. I mean, the darker teal.
Yeah.
Would have been good there too.
Or blue. Like they have. I didn't put blue in. That was that. They actually want white. What are we doing?
The centers. Oh, the center of the button.
Oh, the buttons.
Yeah.
Here's the white. I stole the white. I didn't mean to steal the white.
This is 15 again. Louisa says it took me a little while to figure out that I'm doing the veggie one instead of the sewing one. One should not miss the beginning.
Looks a little different, huh? Just a wee bit. Oh, she also probably missed me not get everything over then. Should totally go back and watch the beginning. It was worth it.
We put our bag in wrong.
Little things. Oh, that adds so much.
It does.
No problem. Hayden will be here. Lisa, Sarah will be here. So that's
I'm not being Holy crow.
Last button.
Orange.
Yep.
I'm gonna go back.
I think I'm gonna go back to this one. Yeah.
That looks really good with this color.
It does.
Just be prepared because that's
yellow.
okay.
And I think I'll just do my yellow, go back to purple and do that again, which will solve that problem.
Okay.
I got some plan.
Okay. Plan is good. So we are going back to that orange, which is the button, which I believe was 466.
Yes.
Well, they'll have to help you and figure out what we have to what our user inventory is then too. My name is Kim.
They put the what? Oh, that one?
Yeah. I mean, all the things out there.
Right. I don't know, though. I mean, I guess if you were, it depends on who is doing the digitizing. Sometimes I don't think that they maybe are super sewers or embroiderers. They're looking at like what's a sewing kit. Yeah.
I just think it's funny.
It is kind of funny.
I mean, this is definitely a sewing kit,
Mm-hmm.
not an embroidery bag.
Yeah.
Or kit.
Yeah.
Because, which is fine. I just find it interesting because they don't do sewing anymore.
Right. Maybe they made this a long, long time ago.
You think?
I don't know.
I just,
things that make you go,
things that make you go,
SNL edition.
Just as this is sticking out and I'm looking at it and I'm like, that's interesting. But I think that particular one right there was the oddest edition for me. I had a customer come in here. It was not very nice to me. I was trying to thread their needle. And I got one of those from Joni and I charged them for it. Like $2. Cost us like 5 cents. He's like, you did what? I'm like, they were not very nice. He was like,
that was the being mean to us surcharge.
I was like, to me. I mean, it was like a long time.
So not even like,
No, it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they just came in and said one
right,
nice thing.
right,
It was
right.
it was a repeated and long process of, are you freaking kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
And yep, I did that. Aren't you proud? That's some heavy thread.
Mm-hmm.
Coming off that tiny spool. That's got it going on.
All right, now we have
some flowers.
No, we have black.
Oh, we do?
We do.
I don't know that we pulled black.
Okay.
You have black over by you?
Maybe.
You had black at one point because you were stitching your what you call it? I thought we had black. Oh, nope, it got put over here. Sorry.
Okay.
Here we go. Black.
ES20.
What is black?
20.
Oh, what is it?
Oh, I think it's the center of the
yeah.
rotary and maybe the needle under the sewing machine.
Just little.
Little. It'll probably be like
little tiny things.
It's probably like 40 stitches. Oh, that's the hole.
Yeah. That's the hole.
Mm-hmm.
Eye of the needle.
I think so. Yep.
Isn't there supposed to be a face over
there? Right? We did not digitize that in there.
Imagine that. That would have been an interesting.
That would have been
little.
Yeah.
Just a squiggly line in there.
We could have been really opinionated about that.
Oh, good time. Good times.
Right.
What? Well, if it's not fun, what's the point.
Do you wanna come join us? There's a we can put
We
a
can pull another chair right over.
you could talk, it could be like Tony Talk on Wednesdays.
I think we should totally have Tony talk. All right, we have one color left.
And we are gonna do ES 1323. We're going back to that little purple color.
So if this is going to do flowers, a whole bunch of places, but it's also going to do the rest of the thread
Mhm.
that's coming through here. So if you wanted your flowers to be a different color, you certainly could do that. But you would want to make sure that you match this first portion to your original thread piece
Which looks like
there.
it's where it's gonna
It's going to start, it looks like, with that thread. So you could do this and then hit stop, and then rethread yet again if you chose to have different colored flowers, which, you know, isn't necessary, but possible if you wanted to.
Do we want to start getting prepped for the next one?
We can certainly do
We
that.
can go over here.
So all right, so those are all of the colors. So the next thing that we are going to do is we're going to stitch the actual wrap portion in 2 weeks on that, but we're going to do the tag portion of this project today. So we're going to do the You Grow Girl tag though, which is a couple more pages back. So we're going to do this guy right here is the one. So you have 3 different designs. So you can pick from those, and you do have 3 different pieces of leather in your kit. We're going to be doing a sticky wash away again. So we've got that back. This only needs a 4x4 hoop. We are using a 5x7. So we're going to score that. Maybe. Oh, poke a hole in it. I'm just not having any luck with that today. Let's see. What else do I got?
There's a seam ripper back there.
Just does not want to play nice, does it? Pretty nails are nice, but not effective for this kind of thing. I have a heck of a time getting hold of this paper. All right. Since we're going to want to match it, Robin. Did you cut your,
What's that?
I see that you cut the leather. Do we need to cut that in half? 2 3x4s.
Four.
Right about yay?
Okay, fold it in half.
Just making sure I was getting the right spot, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, we are almost finished.
It's like light and dark green,
Mm-hmm.
and then a yellow. There's I think 609 probably goes with that pretty well.
Yep, that works.
Um,
So I think I'm gonna use that.
okay.
466. I think I'm gonna use that.
Okay. And then pink and purple flowers. You just need two different color greens. It wants you to have the background and then an outline.
Dark.
You want like a green. There's
All right. So this bag is done embroidering. There are a few things that you can do to sew up this bag. The directions are very, very simple. You literally are sewing up the two side seams, and then you are creating a fold at the bottom and cutting, which is going to give you a boxed bottom.
Yep.
So really, really simple instructions. You could there have been a couple people who have put linings on the inside of their
Yep.
bags. You could make another lining. You could duplicate exactly the same size, doing the same thing, and then you could just top stitch the lining across from the top, so folding the top in. So lots of different ways that you can finish this. There are a couple of other, like the Land's End style
That's the one I like to do.
finishes that you can do towards the bottom of that, which when we get started stitching, we can talk a little bit about that while our next
While the flowers and
project
things
is
are going.
Yep. So I'm gonna pull this design up. And the first design is the placement line. Is that correct?
Yes,
All right.
the front piece
Can
of
I
leather.
pass that to you?
You
I'm
can't.
sorry.
Is there a reason I can't pop this?
No, there is no reason why you cannot do that. All right, so I have that yes 466 in. I wanted my yellow to be kind of, I like this orangey yellow.
The yellow is kind of an orangey yellow.
Yeah.
So it does say that we'll want a matching bobbin for that last step.
Now we are going to stick our leather over top of that. Stick that down. And just stitch, right? No topper yet.
I think so. Nope, but top.
Okay. Then we are, that's so easy because the topper's going to stick to the, probably the wrong topper, but it's huge. There we go. It sticks to the sticky stabilizer. That makes it
The
easy.
only one over here. What do you do?
Oh, there were more pieces in the box. I can't hear you. See, I can't see your mouth moving, so I can't make up. I can't make up what you might be saying.
Yeah.
I never said you couldn't cut. I said you never cut. All right, so the dark green. Yep, I think ES240.
I mean, you can do whichever way you want. They're recommending the light green first.
Oh, okay. It just looks dark on here.
So, the
Okay.
the underneath color light and then the outline
Sure.
dark. But you can go whichever way you want. It's your tag.
So I'm going to do ES962.
Okay. Goes the seam ripper. Well, that I'm safe today.
If I toss you this little thread, would you wind me a small bobbin? Okay.
Like super small.
Yeah.
Thank you.
When you dropped just for a second, I saw that on the floor, and I was like, "Oh, she just cut through my back."
Yep, sure did.
I was like, "It's a great day."
That's actually super cute.
Yeah. Should we have one of them stitch up the sides? Like, do we want to while we're working? You can show the steps.
You want yours in a normal box?
I don't care. Normal box is perfectly fine. Thank you. That's perfect. Yeah, you want to go stitch up two side seams for me? Okay. Let's cut to this while that's stitching. So you want to go there? Just show what we're gonna do. We're gonna finish up the bag.
So I have trimmed off the excess stabilizer around there so that we have it all out of the hoop and ready to go. So we're going to put that then right sides together. So take what you've just stitched and covered that up so you don't. So that's the wrong way. And you're going to match up your top pieces and match up your handles. And so your side seams, so that will close up your bags. That's what you're just wanting to do it regular, right?
Yep.
All right.
Unless you want to show the other way
I
because
can show it super quick because you would do that before you sew.
Okay.
So if you were interested in doing the Land's End type of box corner, unlike what's in the instructions, before you stitch, you'll want to take the end of your bag, and so here's that bottom fold. You'll push the bottom fold in and pinch. And what's really important is that you get the same amount of fold, and obviously I don't have that because I didn't pay any attention. But what's really important before you sew anything is that you have the same amount of fold inside there before you sew anything down.
So let's do it that way. So, and that because they have instructions for the other version.
Okay. So I generally you'll need to play. So first of all, make sure that your tops are together.
Yeah, you can clip them with Wonder
I'm
Clips
going to
if
clip
you want.
those so that
got
they
some.
don't move because you need that to stay in position.
I can't go out anymore.
Well, I'm going to try not to knock it off the table again. All right, so I've just clipped the tops so that they are not going to shift. And so again, your normal bottom is going to be just like that, okay? So what we're going to do is push the bottom fold up however big you want your box to be. So I generally go up about an inch. What do you generally do?
About an inch.
About an inch up, and then you're gonna fold that top part back down on top. Pinch both sides and fold them together and check. So what we're looking for is that they are both going to be the same amount of fold. So you should have an interior fold here, so like a little
Kinda like a
canyon.
pocket,
A
yeah.
little canyon in there running all along the bottom of your bag. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna get all of that bottom piece together. So this is what it should look like, kinda like the letter S, sorta, a little extra more going on there. And we want that to be even. So I'm going to just kinda say, "Okay, I've got about an inch and a quarter." Doesn't matter what it is so much as it needs to be the same on both sides. So I'm going to clip that, and then I'm gonna come over on my other side, which is not on camera, so I'm gonna flip. Try not to knock the camera off, working around that pole. The same. And clip. Once you have that, we're going to, again, you want them to balance. So hold them. I always do this as you do this.
Mhm.
So I'm a little bit higher on this side. So I'm just going to make a little adjustment. Check again, make sure that I am good. This just doesn't want to be smaller. Okay. One more time. All right, so I've got my amounts equal on both sides. You can press that if you would like to. You'll want to do it before, but before you sew doesn't really matter. But all we're going to do is sew our side seam, and we're gonna sew that fold into the seam. So you have to do this before you sew the side up,
Mhm.
or this part doesn't work. So unlike your traditional box corner where you sew the side seam up and then you take measurements and do things,
Yep.
to do the Land's End quote unquote corner, you do this first. That's why I like it this way because then I don't have to do anything again. So
Mhm.
you literally are going to sew the entire piece and you'll want the same seam allowance. So I usually do about a half.
Mhm.
I don't usually do a quarter on these. I usually give it a little bit better adjustment. So half inch on both sides, top to bottom.
Matter what hair color.
Nope.
No.
Okay.
All right. So back to this project.
Okay. So we have
Nice having 6 hands today.
finished the lighter color, and then we are gonna go to the darker green. And this is ES240. It looks so small.
I know, right? All right. So you did 9, 4, 6.
I did
Orange, yellow.
orange is, yes, 466, and then 962.
240. Yeah. All right. I love these little tags. I used to make a lot of these like for Christmas and things. I used to make tags because I mean I used to buy them, but then I'm making them.
Mhm.
I've totally cheaped out. I take a magic marker and just write somebody's name on the front of the package.
I know. I do the same thing.
Well, my mom actually we have to save the tags. So she has tags that are the same tags we've had for I don't even know how many years. So the bows and the tags, when we take them off, we put them in the box, and then she uses them again the next year. And then we can throw the paper away. We don't have to save paper, but we save the tags and the bows. And my sister loves her tissue paper, so we save all of the tissue paper for my sister. And I'm just like, it's used. It's like $1 for all of that whole package.
Right.
Would you like me to buy you? Can I throw it away if I give you some?
That's just her thing, huh?
Yep. She I mean, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with recycling it. I don't mean it like that. I'm just like,
all right,
it's
now
no fun if you can't just tear it all up and throw it out, right?
I am going to use hot pink ES 333.
Did you hear that, guys? She's going to use pink. It kind of does. Today's not the 4th.
It is not.
Do you have another one for tomorrow?
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just do the same.
Did you plan that?
No.
You didn't even think about it?
I have no idea. Honestly, when I got up this morning, I knew it was May. I thought I was doing good.
All right. So we are going to stitch the right flower. Here we go. I don't know what color you said, but I'll get it in a minute. Okay. Oh, the first one was a placement line. It didn't matter.
Right.
For 1 and 2, you did in yellow.
I did.
Okay. All right. Needle and sticky.
Yep. It was bound to happen. We got further than I thought.
I know.
Oh, I can see it.
I heard it when it was doing the
green.
leaf.
Yeah.
And I was like, probably need a new needle sometime soon, anyways. But all right, almost there. We good?
I'm gonna go
A little bit farther.
stitches.
I'm not sure what's worse, being hot or being cold.
Well, I'd rather be cold because I can only take off so many clothes. And then I'm still hot. All right, now we're gonna go with purple, and I'm gonna do ES 1324.
I like the leaves.
came out really cute.
It's a good color choice underneath.
I wasn't sure when it was just out there by itself. I wasn't sure.
Hot.
Yeah,
It looks really good.
I was questioning my my color choice.
Your color choice? No, it was a good one.
Yeah, it all
You
worked
just
out.
never know though,
Sometimes.
because here, I mean,
Yeah.
kind of, but it looks really good underneath. What was that? Oh. Yeah, sure. Sorry, I put it right in the camera. And this one says, "You grow, girl." So I like the thistle tag.
Yeah.
I just don't like the font on the thistle tag. I
Mm.
like what it says. I like the flower,
So I gotta go in your software.
but the font I found really hard to read.
What the font?
What the font? Yeah, I just I mean I liked that it was cursive, but I just thought that especially when you're putting something on leather, that just makes it even harder. I just thought that was a little hard personally for um, my choice.
Thank you. All right. So the last thing we have is to change the bobbin to the same color as the top, and then we also need to put the
Second piece of leather
down
on the back.
So I'm gonna change,
And on the back here, I have the other piece.
There we go.
All right, so
Let's try that.
let's try that one.
Technical difficulties.
So I am going to trim off a couple of these knot tails because they tend to get stuck in the seam. And if they get sewn into the seam, I won't be able to get them really out easily later. So whenever I'm putting something on the back of a project like this, I try to make sure I don't have any tails that could possibly poke out and make me mad later. What about you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nobody
likes to have little.
Nobody likes to get poked.
Well, I don't know about that, but I mean, it depends on the circumstance. But I don't know that I go that far. All right, here we go. One piece. So there's no way to get around putting tape on the back of your hoop. And I don't want that leather to get caught on anything. So I am actually going to put tape everywhere. So I make sure that that's not going to go because leather is not super smooth. So it could get stuck. We have a matching bobbin. And I'm trying to not rub my leather underneath as I'm. Can you see? We good?
Yeah, we are good.
All right, we have matching top and bobbin thread, and we're gonna just.
It says like there's a little eye hook, and then this piece. So pretty quick.
And I can tell that my leather is staying in place because it's not shooting off anywhere.
Yeah, we can kind of see it underneath.
We can see that it's staying where it's supposed to be at in there. And then there'll be a little eyelet if you could put your ribbon or tag attachment piece through there. And I didn't trim that one though. But of course, you don't really want the back of your tag in purple.
Maybe you do, but
It wouldn't look so hot. So that's where this comes in there. So that finishes off the stitching. And there we have that cute little guy there. Get rid of that little couple jump stitches that we're going to need to trim on the lettering here. The water soluble will tear just towards your project. You'll need to tear it off from the flowers as well. And there you can see everything did exactly what we wanted on the back too. Yay. It's always nice when that works out. And then we just need to do a trim around that outside edge there. And then we have
a cute tag.
a cute little tag there. So I would probably use this type of scissor.
Or a pinking.
Or a pinking if you would like. They would need to be nice and sharp to work on leather. But that edging there is what you're gonna, it's a raw edge. So you'll definitely want to make sure whatever you are trimming with is good and will be cutting cleanly and nice and smoothly.
You could also use your rotary cutter if you want.
You could. Yep. If just your corners would be nice. I would recommend sharp corners for that, not rounded or anything. So this magically appeared.
Movie magic.
Movie magic. Look at that. So we've got side seams there. So what we're going to do now, we've got those little pocket pieces sewn in to the side seam, and we've got a little extra base there. So all we need to do now is turn out the bag. And I'm just going to grab that corner and show you guys how that looks when it is turned. So when you do that, this is what that corner will look like all on its own. So you don't have to box, you get that little fancy bit. And with using an inch, you end up with approximately a 2-inch opening at the bottom. So this is how I do it. I find it's just so easy. And I like the look. I think it looks really sharp, and I don't have to do any real measuring.
Right.
So I find this to be a super easy way to do my bags. I get the back corners, and then of course you can press that so that you get nice edges there as well. So there is a finished project just like that. And I'll just pop out that other one too here. Give me a sec. And there's the other side.
Yay.
So shop local. And there we go.
Super cute. These were great fun projects. Now we have to do yours.
No, we'll have to do mine. But I'm gonna call and see what we can do about
your bag.
My bag before I stitch on it, see what they want me to do. So all right. So thanks for hanging out and spending a couple hours. I think 2 hours was actually pretty good for all of that thread changing and everything. So thanks for sticking with us. Feel free to check back and rewind if you have any questions. Again, this wasn't complicated, but I definitely like that technique for the corners. And feel free to do that anywhere. If you want a larger base, just fold up more fabric. That's all there is to that. So and then you do have 3 different tag options there. So and not so local. Well, we appreciate that, Jane. So thank you for that.
We're local.
So we're local. Yeah. We're in your living room. I mean, how much more local can I get? So anyway, thanks for joining us. We will be next Wednesday. We have the digital dealer. And then the following Wednesday, we'll be back doing Bella Box in the morning, and we've got 2 more projects. I don't remember which 2. We've got,
The
we've got wrap.
trivet
So,
and the wrap.
I think the trivet is last. I feel like because it's at the bottom of the book,
Okay.
but I don't know. We're gonna be doing 2 more next, 2 weeks from today. So next week, Wednesday morning is, Digital Dealer. Is that
Yes.
the morning?
Yes.
Yeah, Digital Dealer, and then the week after that, we'll be back doing Bella Box. And then we'll have a week off of this. We'll still have a morning meeting, but it's not a wide thing. It's our block of the month. And then the 31st will be the last 2 projects. So, we look forward to seeing you guys all again, and, happy stitching.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Oh my god.